and go live. Hopefully this works. I just got a notification on LinkedIn. There
We
we
I see it's
go.
alive on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Making sure this and okay. It's working for both, right?
Yeah, both are working.
There we go. Okay. Yes. I wonder. Hmm. Okay. Okay, good, good, good. Okay, we can wait. We have 1 more minute before we start. How's your day been?
Pretty good.
Let's see. Okay. 1 more minute. It's four. Do you want to start now or do you want to wait a little bit longer for people to
Oh,
trickle in?
let's wait 1 more minute. So,
1 more minute?
yeah.
Okay. What'd you eat today?
Uh, so actually today is, the Lunar New Year is coming, right? So today is
Oh,
supposed to be a big day. So
oh, is it really?
yeah, Lunar New Year is coming.
Oh, okay, so what happened today?
So this Saturday is the first day of the Lunar New Year. So this Friday is the last day of the previous lunar year, and the last day of the year. And in some regions of the world, this is already the last day of the year, and there are some celebrations and so on. Yeah.
Oh, are you going to do anything this Saturday?
Uh, I'll go out with parents and visit some places in San Francisco. Yeah.
Oh, sounds fun, sounds fun. Okay, shall we start now or do you want to
Yeah,
wait a
let's
little
get
bit longer?
started.
Okay, let's see. Okay. Good evening, everyone, or good morning or afternoon, wherever you may be. Welcome to today's webinar on the fascinating world of FaceSwap technology. I am joined again with the CEO of Akool, Jiajun Liu. How are you, Jiajun?
Good, good. So how about you?
I'm great. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather at the moment, so if I start coughing, I apologize. But I'll try to keep it down for this webinar. But on the agenda today, we will have a brief interview with Jiajun regarding ACO and its amazing capabilities, go over some practical uses for face swaps, watch some benchmark videos, and go through a live demonstration of using our face swap tool. And if you guys stay until the very end, we will have a Q&A session. And during the Q&A, I will release a form they can fill out to say that you attended this webinar, say how amazing it was. You could give me all the compliments, and then we will give you some free credits in return as a thank you for joining the webinar. So for our newcomers today, do you mind briefly explaining what Akool is and what you are trying to do with it?
Yeah, so Akool basically creates personalized videos and images for advertisement, marketing, and creators, influencers, and so on. So we really help people to get engaged with these amazing videos. Yeah.
Oh, I see. So it's AI. Every company is trying to fight for the top spot of AI. And even with FaceSwap, there's so many, as you'll see later with the benchmarking videos that we will show you, there's so much competition. So how do you stay ahead of the curve and how do you deal with the rapidly evolving market?
Yeah, yeah. First of all, we have a very strong team. So myself works more than a decade on this, and there are many talents on the team. So we are pretty confident that we have the best face swap algorithm and solutions on the market uh, in terms of the results quality and so on. So that's what differentiates us and why the enterprise and the large clients work with us. So it's mainly about the quality and the support we can provide for the enterprise clients. And we really play the quality game. And for other features as well, we really optimize for the quality and make sure that we use the largest models and make sure we use the best data and make sure it handles all the boundary cases because FaceSwap, even though the task came out a while ago, probably 5 to 10 years ago, but the technology is still very difficult. It still didn't work in many cases, like occlusions, side phase, and lots of things. It's still very difficult task in order for it to work in the wild and especially with studio quality. That's very challenging still. And we are tackling and pushing the frontiers of the technology and handle all the boundary cases of different angles of the face and all the boundary cases um, of the quality issues and so on. So like occlusion is very hard. I don't think anyone else on the market can handle occlusions, and we are the only one that handles it. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, in the benchmark videos that I will be showing later, you could really see that how far ahead of the competition that Akool is when it comes to occlusions, just how clear the face swaps are, and it's just you just see how good it is. A decade, that's a long time. I didn't know you were working on this for a decade.
Not only FaceSwap, but
Or
I'm working on how to make videos and images look better for a decade.
oh,
And the FaceSwap task has been out for like almost a decade as well. And still, there are so many things to be improved when you bring the technology to real life. And we are pushing the frontiers and solving all the problems in quality and in all the boundary cases and so on. Yeah.
wow, no wonder it's so good. Since you're working on it, obviously it has to be good. So, and because I'm a part of the team, but so a topic, excuse me, a topic that many people will be wondering is about privacy and security. So, for example, if let's say I didn't do this, but let's say I face swapped my face onto a sexy six-pack body, and then I face swapped my middle school bully onto a not sexy six-pack body. Would that picture be leaked, or can I make sure that it's only I will be able to see it?
So yeah, basically, our user had all the copyrights to the pictures, and they can control whether it will be deleted on our platform or not, and whether it's the how the data is managed and so on. So we keep the privacy of the data and so on. So, and in terms of whether it will be leaked or not, that question is back to the user. But we can
Oh, I see.
make sure that we have lots of ways, especially for our enterprise clients, we can make sure that some face don't show up, like Hitler's face, or in India, some of the enterprise clients we work with, they don't want the God's face to show up in their campaigns, and so on. So we have lots of solutions to control the face that to be swapped and so on. And this is especially important for our enterprise clients. So they usually provide us a list of the faces that they don't want to be swapped, and we just put that into our block list, and we don't swap the faces on. And also some of them have requirements such as they want to only take face from the cameras and make sure the person is alive in front of the camera. And we provide solutions, support them that to make sure that the technology is properly used and they don't put like Hitler's face on some commercials and so on. Yeah.
Oh, that's a really, really important feature. I didn't even think about that until you mentioned that. That's very important. Okay, so it's good to hear that everything I make will be private to myself. But last question, Jiajun, it's a fun one, and the audience can answer this as well, and I can take a look at it later. Have you used your FaceSwap technology in any fun way? Like, what is your favorite creation that you've made?
Yeah, so I really like to put myself into videos, and I think the one I like the most is actually the Coca-Cola one. So I put myself into the Coca-Cola's commercials and get into the League of Legends world, and yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I think the video looks great.
Oh, that sounds really fun. I forgot to bring this up earlier, but during my benchmarking videos, if you can find the Coca-Cola video to show the audience, that would be amazing. But if you can't, that's okay too.
Yeah, I think that video is online on our YouTube channel, and probably you can also search that video on the internet as well. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Let's see. Okay. Thank you, Jiajun. That's about it for this part of the webinar then. Thank you so much for giving up some of your time for this interview. And again, if any of you guys have questions for Jiajun, we will have a Q&A session at the very end that you can ask him. But until then, let's talk a little bit about FaceSwap and the benchmark. So at its core, Akool is dedicated to the concept of personalization. In the context of FaceSwap, this means seamlessly integrating faces, your own or others, into images or videos to create content that resonates deeply with your audience. Whether it's advertisement, an instructional video, or a fun greeting, this level of customization not only enhances visual appeal, but also fosters a personal connection with your viewers. So, for example, as I briefly mentioned a second ago, in the realm of education, this face swap technology, being able to personalize in education, can be extremely impactful. I'm sorry. Research in education psychology, there are studies have shown that, especially when it comes to adolescent education, students learn better in a familiar setting and with familiar faces. By incorporating face swap technology into educational content, educators can create a more engaging and conducive learning environment, whether it's interactive lessons, video tutorials, or personalized feedback. The inclusion of familiar faces enhances student engagement and retention. For example, when I was a kid, I took a lot of piano lessons. I absolutely hated it and I absolutely sucked at it because I did not practice. I hated it. I just did not want to do it. But thinking back on it, if I had a video of my dad right in front of me teaching me how to play piano, I think I would find it hilarious and maybe I would have a lot more fun. Partly because he absolutely does not know how to play piano. And then just all of a sudden, seeing that he can play piano like masterfully and he's teaching me how to play, I think I would have had a little bit more fun. I would have been a little scared, but in a fun way. Or it could have been my friend teaching me piano, or you could just have your mom teach you how to do math instead of the teacher teach you how to do math with face-swap technology. It's just personalization and it just helps students, especially the adolescent children, feel more connected. Instead of having a stranger teach them, it could be a friend or your parents. And moving on, so one of the most significant benefits of personalization is that it's fun. It's through face-off technology. It has the ability to create memorable experiences. Whether you're swapping faces in photos or videos, the result is a unique and unforgettable piece of content that can spark joy, laughter, or even awe. These experiences are what make face swap a powerful tool for storytelling, marketing, and entertainment. Going back to my example about piano. I think if I learned how to play the piano for my dad, I don't think I would forget. It will stay with me forever. So now that we know a little bit about FaceSwap and why it could be so useful, let's go over some benchmark videos. See, let me share my screen. Should be this one. And you should be able to see my screen, right? Then let's go over to Drive. Okay, so before I show you how to use FaceSwap or our FaceSwap tool, let's go over some benchmark videos. So the Wi-Fi in the building that I am at is a little slow at the moment. So in case this doesn't work, I do have it downloaded, but let's try this out. Oh, perfect. So this is the original video. It's her putting on some makeup. And then if we skip over, see, as you can see, this is by Deep Swap. And as you can see, in the original video, she's not wearing makeup. Or at least I think she's not. I can never tell. If my girlfriend ever asked me what looks different and it's like it's her eyeliner, I think I would be in trouble because I would not know how to answer. I'm very bad at this stuff, but I think her face is bare, or it looks bare, and then the target face is her. And as you can see, it does have a little bit of makeup, but it's red and it's a little bit bright on the brighter side. But if you look at this video, the makeup, for some reason, this area, it doesn't really show and it turns blue. And even her eyebrows, you can kind of tell that it's a little bit discolored. It's not just black anymore. To me, it looks a little blue, but I am a little color weak. Maybe that's why I'm very bad with makeup. But if you look at Akool, you can see that it, rather than just taking in colors and trying to match colors onto the face, it takes the structure of the face to put it onto, or here we can see the side by side actually. And you can see Akool is a little bit more smoother. The quality is better. It just takes the overall structure rather than just trying to copy colors. And it doesn't, the color's not even coming out correctly. Like this, is that blue? Is that green? I can't really tell, but it's not even there. And then moving on, let's look at anyone swap. So same thing. It's her face, original footage. She's smiling. And if we move on, here, okay, so this is by anyone swap. And if you look at the video, you're like, oh, the video's blurry. Why are they showing me a blurry video? No, the video's not blurry. If you look at her neck right here, I don't know if you can see my mouse, but if you can see my mouse, or if I'm pointing at it, but obviously you can't see my finger. If you look at her neck down to her shoulder area, the video is clear. It's not blurry. And if you look at the background, it's a little bit hard to tell, but the video itself is clear. It only starts becoming blurry when you get to her face. And it's pretty obviously blurry. And then here's ours, but we'll show a side by side. Do you see the difference? It's just super clear, blurry. Again, the video itself is not blurry. It's just the face that becomes very pixelated. Moving on, here are a bunch of examples that we can look at. Here is the original footage, as always. And for this, the target face is Angelina Jolie, I think. Please don't get mad at me if it's not her. Let's look at Roop, for example. You see, with her, with theirs, you see the pixels. I don't know if you can tell in the webinar, but the pixels jump around. Up here, down here, like around. It's like the pixels had too much coffee. They're too excited. So they're jumping around. It becomes a little blurry. Here's HeyGens. This is my favorite, one of my favorite examples. If you look here, as they're looking down, if you look at Akool, you could see, well, you can't really see that it's a face swap. It just looks like it's her face. It's very clear, it's very high quality. But if you look at HeyGens, look at her right eye from just viewing right eye where the yellow arrow is. You could tell that the face swapped image, it looks like it's meshed with the original picture. So it's instead of looking down like this, it kind of looks like she's, do you get what I mean? It looks like it's a little bit open. It doesn't look like it's fully closed. It just looks meshed. It's not, and even here too, you can tell the difference in quality. And going on to the next example, same thing, you could see the flickering of the face. Let's move on to this one. It's a new video. This is the original footage. Target face is Angelina Jolie again. If you look over here, again, the pixels, you see how it's like a wave. They're very excited. They're excited to be in this webinar. It's not smooth. It's hers. And then if we move on, hey, Jens, this is the original video. And then we get it. It's the same thing. You could tell the eyes a little bit meshed together. This is, there's a big difference. You could obviously tell there are two layers. Just it almost looks like a painting. And then we'll move on. This is actually one of my favorites. He has a beard. So as we mentioned before, Akool is very good at making sure if there's something in front of their face, if I'm doing this, Akool will still be able to capture the face and make it look realistic. Here's one example with Roop. You see, the beard is just gone. He shaved it. It's just where did it go? But with Akool, it's still there. And also, it's same thing. You could tell there's another layer here. It's a little pixelated. It jumps around. And if we move on to Hey Gens is a little bit better, but it's still the eyes. You could tell the eyes are just not clear. You could tell there's a little bit of a mix between the new layer and the first layer. And then right here, the tongue is very blurry, but ours is very clear. You can tell that the filter on their face covers the tongue a bit. And then here too, when he smiles, I don't know if you can tell that, the teeth. And this one, I mean, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. What can I say? It's just absolutely perfect. Okay, so we're going to move on to just a few more examples. We're going to go over this footage of her. So this is the original footage, and this is the target face. So if we show this one, so again, if there's something in front of the face, oftentimes face swap technology will have trouble. But yeah, as you can see here, Pika, can you see the pixels on the hair? Do you see this? I don't know if you can see my mouse, but the pixels, they're moving around. But if you look at Akool's, all of a sudden, it's a huge difference. Here's a side by side. Not only is it the pixels, but it's just the face itself. It's just so much clearer if you look at ours. And the teeth too. Pika, and then just a few more. Here is a new one. It's the same video, same target face. If you look at theirs, it's a little bit better. They do a little better job with the hair, but you can see that the teeth still, you can see the filter kind of jumps around, especially right up, especially right here. Do you see the two rows of teeth? See if I can show a better frame. But Akool's is a little bit better with the mouth. It's just overall, it's a little bit better. Here's a side by side. You can tell that the teeth a little bit more cleaner in ours, whereas this is a little bit more wonky. And then just two more. We're almost there. Let's look at remakers. Original footage. Here is theirs. I mean, this is very blurry, I think, is the conclusion. You could even tell that the hair does not work as usual. And side by side, there's an obvious difference between quality. The teeth, again, are not matching up. And then the hair, you could see the pixels excited to be in this webinar. And then last one. So if you look at this one, very interestingly, let's see if I can find the arrows. Okay. Can you see? I guess not. So if you look right here on the left side of her, there's a line. You could see the square of how they put the filter on. Here, do you see this line over here where the arrow is pointing? So you can tell that it's her face, and then they just plastered a box right here. That's the face swap. You could see the line in this video. And then if you follow the line and then fall up to her hair, it's the same thing with her hair's blocking her forehead. So you can tell that the pixels are jumping around, jumping house. It's a box, but ours, you can't tell. It's very, very clear. So that's about it for the benchmarks. So you can tell that there's a lot of competition, but there are a lot of things that there are a lot of common problems that they'll have, like when there's something in front of the face, or eyes sometimes are a problem, or the mouth is sometimes a problem. But Akool is able to fix that, especially when there's something in front of the face. I think is what we're very strong at. And then, so let's move on to how to use Akool. So, oh, that is me. So how do you use Akool? Just type in faceswap.akool.com. It will lead you to our website. And then from here, you can scroll down, read about how amazing Akool is, or you can click on tips right over here, and it will give you some recommendations. For example, make sure it's not blurry, but I'll show you an example later where even though it's blurry, it works. Akool is very good at capturing the face. Overexposure, no side faces. Sometimes it'll work, but again, they want to see all of your face. Your face is not always symmetrical, so try to not make it just a side face. And for video, less occlusion, full face, slight movement. Just make sure it's clear. It's a clear video of a face. It supports these formats and these formats. Make sure the image is under 30 megabytes per image. And for the video, 300 megabytes and less than 3 minutes long. From there, just click on choose file, or if you've already done it before, then just click on history and you can like look at all of the videos that you've made. Like for example, this one. And then from here, I'm gonna go here because I already loaded it. My Wi-Fi is a little bad. So this is a video I recorded right before the webinar. So let's say I want to post a video of me. Never mind, it's not loading. Oh man, okay, maybe this one would be better. Oh, there we go. There. Okay, so I recorded this right before the webinar. What if I wanted to record a video of me dancing? It's a little bit. Okay, we'll let this load. While it's loading, here's what you can do. You can either change content, click on this, and then it'll all open your files to upload any picture or video if you don't like this one. Or you can click on history, view more, and just go back in your history. From here, it'll have faces. Just click on any face that you upload. You can upload a face by clicking on this plus button, like this, and then you can upload a face. For example, for this video, I will do this handsome Asian guy. And then let's see, it seems like it loaded. Do the wave. Do the wave back. Do it again. But then I think this is embarrassing. I don't want my face here. So I want to face swap with someone else. So this is another benefit of using face swap technology. It's not just about personalization. There's a lot of people that create gaming content, podcasts, or whatever, but they don't want to be in it, right? Sometimes they wear masks. Sometimes they just don't have a video on. But with this technology, you can create all of that and just look like a different person, as you will see here. So from here, I'll do this person. If there are multiple people in the video, it'll show all of their faces. Here, let me see if I can do an example, actually. Like this picture, for example. If I do this, it will show every person's face if it loads. Again, my Wi-Fi is very slow, so it might not. Oh, there we go. Here's his face. Here are the others. But we will do this example. And then from here, I can re-age him. I can make him look 30 years younger or 30 years older. And then if I want to, I can enhance the face, meaning it'll just put it clear, make the face look cleaner. It's like a beautify filter, basically. But I'll keep it off. And then high quality face swap. It'll go into results. And then if you click on results, it will open this page. There we go. And it'll take a few minutes to upload, or it'll take a few minutes to swap. But if it's a picture, sometimes it takes a few seconds. It's very quick. It just depends on how many people are using the technology. So sorry. My voice is going away. So I prepared some examples for you guys while this is loading. So I had a little bit of fun with my boss. As you've seen in the thumbnail, it was a picture of him and a face swap picture. I had a little bit of fun. You can do it too. You can do it to your boss, but make sure they don't find out. They might get mad. But my boss is cool, so he doesn't care. And then I did a bunch of videos of this girl. I did a bunch on her to show that even though they're completely different faces, it looks like it's her face. Like this one. I apologize for the buffering. And then we can move on to this one. And then we could do this one. All look very different. I think it might be better. Here, let me stop my screen share. Let me just share my screen so I can share my downloads instead. Okay, so we go to my files. And then again, going through some of the examples, we've seen this one. Here's a different Asian. You can see that how it's the same subject, but it just keeps looking different. And we can share one more. Move this out of the way. Move this out of the way. All right. And then moving on, I did a fun one. For example, I wanted to see, going back to an example I mentioned earlier, I kind of wanted to see what it looked like if I had a six pack. So I put my face onto this K-drama scene, and he just randomly takes off his shirt. I'm like, wow, I think I need to start working out. Or one additional thing that people can use if you're making a film and you need a twin. It's pretty hard to cast twins, right? You can instead just face swap my face onto his, and then face swap my face again onto him. Now they're twins. And again, I need to start working out. And then here's an example that I really like showing people. Here is Angelina Jolie's face
We really just stay at the house. We don't really leave the community.
on Kendall Jenner. And the reason I like this example is if you look at the video, it's pretty clear quality, right? It's pretty high quality. But if you look at the original image, let me see if I can find the original. The image is blurry. Her face is blurry, but Akool is able to capture her face, make it like, smooth it out, and make sure that the final product is still clean.
We really just the community, and it's always just.
And then just for fun, just to show you remember how there was an age filter that we could have changed? So I face swapped her own face back to her, and then it aged her by a few years. You can see the wrinkles that are showing up.
The community, and it's always just chill vibes. So I didn't.
Then another fun one. I wanted to see what you could do is maybe you want to change your hairstyle, but you don't know if you like it. I wanted to see what I would look like with his hairstyle and his beard. I realized I don't like it. I don't think I look good. So I don't think I'm growing a beard, and I don't think I'm gonna grow a ponytail. But that's me. And again, even though the beard is there, even though it's like all of this is right here, Akool is still able to plaster my face onto the image, and it looks perfect. But I realized I don't like that picture, so I'm not gonna grow out a beard. And then, oh, and then the dancing video that I did earlier. Do wave. Do wave back. It's not me anymore. It's not me. I can post this and no one will know it's me unless I tell them. Or you guys will know it's me, but obviously you won't tell anyone, right? And then just for fun, this is just a funny one. I did a baby's face. So it doesn't have to be anyone. It could be a baby, it could be an older person. I looked adorable. And then one fun thing you could do is you can play around with our image generator. So as you know, as some of you might know, we offer a lot of tools, including the image generator. So if you go into the image generator, I typed in an Asian man in a suit in an office. And then I downloaded that picture, ran it through FaceSwap, and put my face on it. And now I have a digital avatar that looks like me. So it's not even just real pictures. You can come up with a picture using our image generator. So it's all connected. And if you want to take it a step further, you can put it through the talking photo tool that we also have. And now I can see myself talk. And another fun one here. Okay, let's play a game. Here is a picture. I face swapped someone. Can you tell who I face swapped? Jia, do you want to try guessing?
So which one had been face swapped?
Yeah, can you guess?
It's hard. I cannot tell. Maybe the man in the second row wear glasses.
Him?
Yeah.
You're right. Actually, it is. He's just one. Actually, he's just only one of them. I face swapped his face, and his face.
Oh, okay. I cannot tell. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't tell. Like I didn't face swap hers. I wanted to leave this as is because her face kind of looks like it's already face swapped. But I've here. Let me pull up the original picture. Look. Okay. So yeah. So his face turned into this, and then his face turned into this. And if you look over here, his face used to look like this, and now it looks like this. And then one thing you can tell, which I really like about Akool, it even gets the eye color. I don't know if you guys can tell through the webinar, but in his eyes, it's brown. But if you look over here, it looks a little green. It captures the eye color too. It's not just the facial structures, it gets the eye color, the eye shape. And then one more, it should be him. They look kind of similar. Maybe I should have done a different face, but I think the conclusion is that the face swap is very clear. It looks very clean. I think if I sent you this picture, maybe you wouldn't be able to tell that it's face swapped. So this is one of my fun examples that I enjoy. And then going back to Angelina Jolie, I wanted to see her dance in an orange jumpsuit. Why? Don't ask. I just wanted to. So here's her dancing in an orange jumpsuit. And then, okay, going back, do you see how hand moves over her face and it doesn't break? It's still there. And then it moves to the side and it's still there. And I can't say this will work 100% of the time. It won't work because it's very hard. But just the fact that sometimes it does work, especially like in this case, it's straight to the side and it still sticks on. That's very, very impressive. A lot of other face swap companies will not be able to do this, especially in such a clear way. See how it just does not break. See? It's there. And here's one random one. Maybe you want to face swap. Maybe companies want to make the advertisements a little more personal. Like the League of Legends one that Jiajin mentioned earlier, you were able to put your face into their universe and see yourself in that universe. Maybe you want to do something similar. You want to make an ad like this. It's her face. Then I face swapped her.
Biar tetap happy, waktunya pergi.
And then companies can do this too. Maybe they want their users to be in their ad. Or going back to the example I mentioned about piano lessons. Here's a video of him teaching me how to play piano. But I don't want him to teach me how to play piano. I want me to teach me how to play piano. So here's me teaching me how to play piano. And again, same thing. It keeps the beard. It's very clean. And I think, oh, you could do educational videos, like I said earlier.
Theorem. The Pythagorean theorem states.
And I think that is, oh, I have one more example that I want to show you guys. Whoops. Let's just, it is this one. Okay. It's the same girl, okay? Look at the face. It's very clean, right? You can't see any breakage. It just looks like it's a video of her. It doesn't look like it's face swapped. Here is the original picture. Oh, that's not the original one. This is the original one. I wanted to test it for fun to see if it'll work. It somehow got her face and then put it. I don't know how, but I think again, it doesn't work 100% of the time. But I think just the fact that Akool is able to recognize that it's a face and then try to piece it together is very impressive. A lot of other ones that I tried, if it's a little blurry, even this picture of Angelina Jolie, it'll have a hard time recognizing that it's a face. It's not even the fact that it'll look weird, like you know how like the makeup thing that I mentioned earlier, or that it becomes blurry. It's just the fact that it can recognize it's a face and then piece together the qualities of the face and then try to put it in. I think that's a really big plus. It's very, very impressive. Even if it doesn't look like her, just the fact that it produced a video instead of saying, I'm sorry, we couldn't do it. Very impressive. So that's about all of the, oh, here's the one that I just made. Just kidding. My Wi-Fi is really bad, but you can see that it worked. And then I showed you the ones before, and that's about all of the examples that I wanted to show you guys. So you can see that FaceSwap, there's a lot of different use cases that you can do. Education, trying to teach piano to your son or yourself. You're trying to teach math, like the Pythagorean theorem, trying to or just being inclusive, having your audience be in the trailer, like League of Legends of Coca-Cola, or this one I showed you earlier, or just for fun, trying to see what you look like in a beard with this mustache and a ponytail. Like now I know it's not gonna look good. And I also know that I want a six-pack. It's like there's so many fun and memorable ways you can use FaceSwap, especially that it looks this good. But that is all of the examples that I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining the webinar. So we are now going to move on to the Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed it so far. But before we go on to the Q&A, let me send the Google form so you guys can put in your emails. Okay. Google form. And let's see. I guess I'll leave it in the comments for the LinkedIn version. So you can fill out the form, put in your email, tell us where you watched it from, and then we will be offering some free credits for you guys. But I will be closing the form after this webinar, so make sure to fill it out now. But before that, let's move on to the Q&A. Do any of you guys have any questions for Jiajun or me? Oh, it looks like someone asked one a while ago. Oh, he asked, how do I differentiate a real image and fake one? Deepfake technology, how beautiful. I guess in a way, that's what's scary but also beautiful about this technology. Because it's so clean and clear, it's pretty difficult to tell. But I think that's also what is
So
very
there are multiple ways that we can do to tell whether it's a real image or a fake image, same as videos. So first of all, actually, we also worked on some technology to do the detection, right? To
oh
recognize whether this video is real or fake. And we did it. And a lot of time, the AIs are doing it very well. And actually, back to my PhD many, many years ago, also did a detection of whether the video, the image is AI generated or not. So there's the community doing this, and it can be done at pretty high accuracy, like more than 99% of accuracy. So yeah, it's doable with AI. And now one more thing we can do is we add invisible watermarks into the images and the videos. And you can, based on these watermarks, you can see whether it's AI generated or not, but human cannot see them. It's only can be detected by the algorithm. So with these watermarks, you can reach like almost 100% accuracy, whether it's AI generated or not. And without these watermarks, the detection algorithm can work probably 99% of accuracy. So yeah, so these are can be detected with AI and so on. Yeah.
Oh, like that's great to hear. That's really good. That's good that we have a backup plan just in case. But that's amazing then. Just the fact that to the human eye, it looks absolutely perfect. But we can tell that it's fake through technology, just in case we need it. It's a good backup plan. Does anyone else have a question? Oh, if you don't mind me asking, Jiajun, is there anything that you have exciting planned that you might want to share with everyone?
Um, so we definitely have many things ongoing, but we'll see. And I think we will have some new products launch and new updates coming pretty soon. Yeah.
Okay, okay. I can't wait to see all of them. Well, we'll give it a one more minute to see if anyone has any more questions. But it looks like there are no questions. Is there anything you might want to add, Jiajun, before we go?
No, I think yeah, so since it's Lunar New Year, right? So happy Lunar New Year to everyone and have a good time together with family and so on. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Jiajun, for oh, someone mentioned, sir, you people are doing great. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. If you guys have any feedback or any concerns or any help with anything, just join our Discord and open a ticket, or you can just chat in any of the open channels. But if you open a ticket, it'll be a little bit quicker for me to see it. And I will try my best to help you out, especially if you are having trouble with a video that's not working in the FaceSwap tool. Oftentimes it's because there are too many cuts or it's too long. And I can test it out for you to see if there's a solution for it. So if any of you guys have feedback, we'd love to hear it. We are still growing as a company. We want to know how to do better. If there are any concerns, we want to know. And of course, if you need help, please come to Discord and any of us will be more than happy to help you guys out.
Sure. I think someone asked about multiple phase. So we do support multiple phase. So in our public facing interface and so on APIs, we support up to 6 phase to be swapped at the same time. And if working with enterprise and on our private infrastructures, there are no limitations on how many faces can be swapped. So yeah, so we work on multiple face and you can configure the face pairs one by one for each face.
Yeah, actually, I have the image loaded now, so I can just show a quick demonstration. So you can see that in this picture, um, okay, for some reason my Windows is stuck. Okay, anyway, I can't scroll the page for some reason. Seems like my computer's acting weird, but you can tell that in this picture there are multiple faces, and Akool will capture all of their faces. Like his is here, and then his is here, his is here, and then you can scroll to find each face like that. And you can click on each one and do a different face. Like that I could do me for him, and then Tom Cruise, and then I could do Angelina Jolie. Could just do a different face, or it could be all the same faces. And if you don't like one, just click on X and then replace it. Or you don't even have to delete it. You could just replace them. And then from here, you could click on generate and it'll produce the image. Just like the example I showed earlier with, oh, it's not letting me scroll. It's like the example I showed earlier where that picture where I had Jiajin guess which one was face swapped. Multiple faces were face swapped. It was all done in one go. Okay. If there are no more questions, I want to say thank you so much, or we want to say thank you so much for joining the webinar. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please fill out the form. I will be closing it in about a minute. So if you haven't filled it out, please do so. And again, thank you so much. Sir, can we? Yeah, we can. I almost missed your question. Can we swap multiple faces in video? Yes, we can. Let me get an example ready. Let's see. But
Yeah,
it's just
for videos, it's same. We support up to 6 phase, if I remember correctly, or maybe 8 phase. But anyway, so 6 or 8 phase maximum. We can swap them at once in videos.
exactly. See, I can't find. Oh, okay, I got one. One's excuse me. Okay, let me share my screen. For some reason, my window is bugging, so it's not letting me scroll. But you can kind of see this is a scene from a movie. It's her face, his face, and then her face. And you can see that their faces show up. And you can click on hers and do, oh, sorry, you can click on his and do The Rock. And then you could click on hers and do Obama. And then you could click on hers and do um Ryan Reynolds. It doesn't matter. Video or picture, it will capture their faces. I will say if it's a video that has different cuts in it, sometimes it will have the same person 2 times, like here. And if that happens, just do the same face for both. And the reason it does this is because the video is cutting, the AI has to make sure that it's the same face. Because even though like we can tell it's the same person, to the AI, it might just look like they're similar. And they want to make sure that you get the best quality image. So or a video. So just do the same video or face on to hers. Oh, just do that. And in that way, even if there are multiple cuts, it'll be the same result. Okay, so if there are no more questions, again, make sure you fill out the form. And again, thank you so much for joining the webinar. I hope you guys had a good time. I hope my demonstrations were fun, and I hope you learned a lot about FaceSwap and Akool. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you so
Right.
much.